Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Ridiculous. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The Film Blurs Feature Film Review.
All right, let's start with G20, an Amazon original. Starring Viola Davis. She is the president of the United States at a G20 summit that gets taken over by terrorists who have ulterior motives. Look, it's all coded there. I appreciate the coding, but this script is terrible. Like, I think the direction is competent. I would like to see what this director does with a better script, and I would like to see Viola Davis in a better action movie, because this ain't it.
Like, and it's a shame to hear that. Right, because I am a sucker for a president under siege film. What was the one with Jamie Foxx?
White House Down.
White House Down. I even love that shit. Right, like I love a president, a competent president who
Olympus
kicks ass.
Has fallen.
Right,
Air Force One.
Like all of those. Right, you just fucking a competent president kicking ass and giving like awesome speeches.
Independence Day.
Like I'm signed up for it, right? Like, yeah. You have the ticket, and I'm going to give you a wide berth. I'm going to be like, oh fuck, it was Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum. Yeah, of course. I didn't expect much, but it gave me exactly what I needed, right?
This was a bonus for me, because like I only activated Amazon for Reacher and Wheel of Time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, this is just some bonus special features.
Right. But it wasn't special. It was a bonus, but it wasn't special. And that is a damn shame, because, fucking on paper, right? This sounds amazing, right? Viola Davis doing action as a kick-ass female president, taking on international terrorists. Come on.
And you know what? This would have worked with a better script.
Who wrote this?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. They're producers on it. I know that much. I think Viola's a executive producer on this too. And I'm like, baby girl, what?
Look, that's how they got her to come on. Just gave her like the executive producer credit. Was like, yeah. And they probably got her on like below her rate, right?
I find it funny. Amazon had more faith in Saltburn and Lucas movies than this.
But are you surprised that they had more faith in those? I mean, no. from your reaction,
no,
like they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah. Because we just talked about their panel, and like they're the only studio who's still gonna crank out original movies, I guess, until Bond.
Right. So between this and A Working Man,
oh boy,
maybe Amazon should stick to like high concept sci-fi. Right?
Or our tours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like,
action ain't it, baby.
Well, we'll see, because they are also doing Roadhouse 2, and they recently announced that Ritchie's taking over that one, too. But also, like, as I said earlier in the episode, he needs to slow the fuck down.
Yeah, but Guy Ritchie doing a Roadhouse film? That sounds interesting.
I was excited when they had Doug Liman on, and I was just like, okay, all right.
Yeah. And here's the thing: I have watched this new Roadhouse more than I've seen the original Roadhouse.
That's blasphemy.
just because I'm trying to figure out if I enjoy it or not. Right? Did you ever have one of those movies where you keep going back to it just because you're trying to figure out what your feelings are on it? I can't tell if I hate this thing or if I just simply dislike it, but am a fan of Jake Gyllenhaal. I've got complex feelings with this Roadhouse movie because it's not good, right? But not being good may not take away from my enjoyment of it. But I can't tell if I enjoy it.
Yeah, that was my first time watching Watchmen.
It's fair.
And my first time watching Sucker Punch, and then I watched it again, parts of it again when it hit TV. I was like, "Oh no, this is exactly the piece of shit I thought it was."
Right. So I'm still trying to figure out where I land with Roadhouse, but I can 100% say that it is not good. Fucking Conor McGregor, what was that with that fucking half Irish, half Southern accent he had going on?
I mean, the problem is also like the Roadhouse was never a movie to be remade.
Yeah, and if you're going to remake it, you have to up the camp factor of it, right? And like we've talked about this in our, you can go back and listen to our review fully, but there's the color palette was ugly. Like it was an ugly, like colored film. Those oneers kind of worked, but there were too many of them, right? It's just, yeah.
I mean, it also doesn't have like the sheer balls of the original Roadhouse. I mean, even the script is legendary for the first page. On the first page, it says he has an IQ of 160. He is considered one of the most deadliest men on earth. He is a bouncer.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Like who fucking writes that on the opening page?
Was that an Esterhaus? Was that Joe Esterhaus? That sounds like an Esterhaus.
I can't remember who wrote the original Roadhouse, but also the original Roadhouse, man, like it was just cooler, baby.
Right, it's the 80s, yeah. But yeah, we're getting a Roadhouse 2 from Guy Ritchie, which if Guy Ritchie puts his whole entire fucking foot in this and like realizes he's making a sequel to Roadhouse, it might be the greatest thing we've ever seen.
Less drones, guy. Less drones. Like, that Doug, I don't know why you insisted on drones. I mean, it wasn't Gray Man, but I mean,
between the drones and the steady cam shots, it was just like, yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. Like I said, wasn't Gray Man level. It was getting there, but like Gray Man, that shit, they might as well have just paid a 13-year-old to shoot that entire movie. Goddamn whole movie's drone shots. Yeah, but G20, I mean,
it's on Amazon.
yeah, that's all I can say. It's up on Amazon, and it's like Viola Davis is never not bad. Villains played by Anthony Starr. I was like, God damn, bro, like it's gonna be the villain.
Look, I am glad Anthony Starr has a career. Right?
Yeah, well, I forgot to mention this. Guess who's the husband? Who's the first man?
Who's the first man?
Anthony Anderson. G20 now streaming on Amazon Prime Video.
And like, look, I love me some Anthony Anderson, but in no world do they, like Anthony Anderson and Viola Davis, get together.
Yo,
right?
Okay, yeah, I'm glad it wasn't just me thinking that. I'm just like, yo, what?
They are on two differently equal but separate spectrums, right? Like Viola Davis, Sterling K. Brown. Okay.
Right.
Anthony Anderson, Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because when Anthony Anderson's in serious movies, he always turns in a great performance, and I'm like, I respect it. But also,
he's a working man, right? Like, he's like,
like no, like don't
no
take
offense.
Yeah, no offense, but you are way out of Viola Davis's league.
Right, like Viola Davis goes out like with fucking academics, like academics, right, like fucking smart niggas, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. I was just like, I believe her and Chris Brown, not Chris Brown, her and Chris Rock together more than I would her and Anthony Anderson.
Okay, all right, yeah. I don't see that, but like I see that better than fucking
Chris
Anthony Anderson.
Rock has more prestige.
Yeah, like I don't want Anthony Anderson, if he ever listens to this, think that we're shitting on him.
Yeah, I don't
It's
want to
just
hurt
like,
your feelings because like you're one of my favorite Law and Order characters.
right, but like you know the kind of bitches you pull. You
Like,
don't pull presidential bitches.
yeah, man, and not Viola Davis. Like,
Not Viola
listen, I
Davis.
get it, bro. You were in the Scorsese film that won him Best Picture and Best Director, but like, don't get it twisted. You're Anthony Anderson.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's
Like, yo, I like you, bro. Though, so don't take this personally. Like, don't come after me. All right, but just also, no, you're
Well, yeah, right.
no.
Yeah.
You don't see me out here trying to chase down Meryl Streep. So, you know, I know my place.
Yeah. Oh, that is a quote of the day. You don't see me out here trying to chase Meryl Streep.
Yo, cause dog, if I went up to Meryl Streep and was like, "Yo, can I get you dinner?" She'd just be like, "Ew,
Right.
who are you? And why are you talking to me?"
But that's the most apt, accurate comparison right there. It really is. That is. Fucking, some motherfuckers are not Meryl Streep character.
You're right.
caliber.
Some listen, I completely understand. Some women are just out of my league because not only are they more beautiful, but they're also much smarter. That's also like me trying to go after Jessica Chastain. She's just on a different level than I am.
That's like
bro.
me. That's like me trying to holler at Martha Stewart, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what up, Mom? We both got the same last name, right? Like, I'm not on that level.
Yeah, you're like, yo, women have standards and they should not lower their standards. Because if this was the other way around, this shit wouldn't fly. Like, imagine if this was like a man and a presidential woman. Come on, can you imagine them putting the male version of Viola Davis with the female version of Anthony Anderson? People would be like, yo, get this shit the fuck out of here.
Like, who would that be? That would be Denzel. And who would be the female equivalent of Anthony Anderson?
Oh, what's the chick's name from Precious?
Yo,
Not the title character, but Monique. That'd be
Monique.
like Monique.
You got to do better than Monique, man. Like, I'm like, who else?
Yeah, that was too mean. That was too mean.
All right. From not Power. What's the Empire? Who's
no, not Taraji. Taraji's on Denzel's level.
I think Taraji and Denzel, that is a mixed match.
Nah, they could work. You could make that work.
They could make that work. And I don't want to say Keke Palmer because like Keke Palmer kicks ass.
Yeah, but she the difference between Keke Palmer and Anthony Anderson is Keke Palmer's gonna get there.
Right.
Anthony Anderson is like, my man, you're tired.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
all right. Denzel and I can't fucking Girls Trip.
oh yeah, Tiffany Haddish.
There you go.
Yeah. Tiffany Haddish, beautiful woman, but like, yo, not the same level.
Right. So Tiffany Haddish, like that's Denzel and Tiffany Haddish. Yeah.
And you know what? Tiffany Haddish has been good in serious movies because she was in that Paul Schrader movie where she was with Oscar Isaac.
This has nothing to do with talent or ability or like stage presence. It has to do with
levels,
the persona that
and
you
the
have,
prestige,
the persona that you have cultivated throughout your career, and that's all it has to do with.
Yeah.
But all right, G20
now streaming on Amazon Prime. Oh shit! All right, moving on. What do you want to do next, bro?
Let's do Minecraft.
All right. Look, I'm gonna be real. Like, me and Jeff, we really had no expectations for this shit. Like, we're just like, cool. If it looks to me, I was like, that first trailer was pretty bad, and then the second trailer came out, and I was like, oh, this looks like it could be some fun, but I still wasn't expecting much.
I didn't watch the second trailer just because it's like I've watched the first trailer, and I'm saying to myself, yeah, okay, they made a Minecraft movie. If they couldn't make a Mario Brothers movie work, how the fuck are they going to make this work. So right, so my expectations were low to non-existent, and then we walked in, and then we sat down, and whoa, boy, was I wrong.
Yo, the part I'm thinking about right now that it has me smiling is where the little kid goes to visit Jason Momoa, and this nigga just takes his hand and rips the foil off and just digs his hand into the top.
uh
It's just the way it's shot.
There are so many of my favorite parts in this fucking movie, right? Like when they're trying to thread the needle, when they're in the flight sequence, and they're going they're going face to crotch, right? It is the most homoerotically hilarious thing I have ever seen.
Oh my
and
god!
It is totally on par with the director, right? Because I didn't realize that this was a Jared Hess, and if you don't know him by name, you know his work: Napoleon Dynamite, fucking Nacho Libre, the fucking Gentleman Broncos. This is the closest thing we've gotten to like a big budget remake of the Gentleman Broncos.
Yo, this is a big budget Jared Hess movie. That's just wild,
Yeah.
and it has tots and llamas.
Right, tots, llamas, just deadpan weird ass shit, right? Like, don't get this wrong. This is a Jared Hess movie with inside of a Minecraft movie. It's not the other way around, right? This is a Jared Hess movie.
I want to know why people are mad at this movie. Like the critics think this is an abortion to cinema, and I'm just like, you know what? Just let the kids have fun, man.
But beyond that, right? Like, I don't know what they expected from a Minecraft
Yeah,
movie,
that too.
right?
Like, I don't know what you wanted from a Minecraft movie,
right? But this is both action-packed, hilarious, fucking weirdly smart, right? Like it has no reason to be this smart. Did I say heartfelt? Right? I felt it. Like I felt the emotions. I felt the friendships. Right? I felt the complex.
I'm glad I talked to other people about this and they agree, but like my only problem is Emma Myers is the legal guardian of her younger brother, and I'm like,
Right.
this girl looks like she's 14. What do you mean she's a legal guardian?
Right.
Like she does not look like she's a day out of high school.
Yeah, but some people look young, so I like that may be a problem, but it's that didn't bother me at all. Yeah, my only issue with it, and I understand, is the extended voiceover in the beginning that laid
Yeah.
out the world. I wish it's good, right? It's good enough and it's funny. I just wish and necessary, but I wish there was another way they could have done that, right? Because it felt lazy to me, but also it set up the world, right? It set up Jack Black's character. It was funny, right? I think voiceover is just lazy. Like there's only been 3 or 4 good voiceover moments in cinema, and 2 of them were Goodfellas.
Think about it. Blade Runner, one of the most iconic movies of all time, has had its voiceover completely cut out too.
Yeah,
like I own that briefcase where it has 6 different versions of that motherfucker, and I watched the one with the voiceover. You could just hear Harrison Ford just being like, ugh.
Right. Yeah. So, but beyond that, everything worked for me just because I'm a big fan of the director, and this is the director's vision. Like the fact that they gave him this much money to get this weird, right? And another thing that's great about this is because it's human characters in a video game world, the actual CGI, the actual digital animation, doesn't seem as jarring as it would be the other way around.
Yeah.
Right? So you can after the first 20, 30 minutes, once you're in this world, it becomes the most real CGI you've ever seen. Right? Because everything is like this abstract, blocky bullshit.
Yo, before they even get to the Minecraft world, that shit had me dying. Where the bullies sabotage the kid's jetpack, and they blow up Mr. Chip, and his like everybody goes,
"Oh no,
"No!"
Chuggy!" That's some Jared Hess shit. That's some Jared Hess shit. Oh man, and like, who was the leader of the Pig Warriors? That chick.
Oh, Rachel House.
Yeah, yeah. So the end with the knives, the knife gag, yo, that hit me more than I expected. It's like, well, come closer, come closer. It's like, do you have a knife? No, I'm so weak. Just come. It's my final little word.
Yo, how about Jermaine Clement being in this? He's like, all right, if I tell you that there's something really cool in here, the Atari 500, can we be best friends?
And honestly, I think Jason Momoa should do this type of shit more
He's a
often.
producer on it.
Yeah, like, this is Jason Momoa's lane. 100%. I believe him more in this than I ever will as Aquaman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's all right. He's Lobo now.
And is it official Lobo now?
Yeah.
Or it's just like, all right, good. Yeah, he's gonna kill
he's
it as
in
Lobo.
Supergirl next year.
I try. We've had this conversation. I am staying out of comic book news, right? Like, it just does not interest me.
Oh,
anymore,
well,
right?
since we're recording this out of order,
Mhm.
give you guys a little behind the scenes of how things work. Once we get to what have you watched lately, we got to circle back around to some CinemaCon. Forgot to do Warner Brothers
Oh yeah, okay. We got to do Warner Brothers,
because I
like
saw
the Superman shit.
went to go see Minecraft again, and they showed that before this, and I was like, oh fuck, okay, we got to talk about that.
I mean,
Save it.
Save it. Okay.
Save
All
it.
right. All right. Uh, so yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say about Minecraft. It is good on all the levels you would want something like this to be, right? It's like good on all those levels. And before I walked in, I was like, this is another piece of content. This is another fucking product, IP that's, we'll never see this again, right? We'll never hear it. It'll be an asterisk. It'll be an afterthought, right? And so far this year, this is the funnest, surprise I've had, right? This is enjoyable movie. This is like, I wouldn't mind seeing this again, over and over again.
I had fun. Like, I had unexpected fun. This was a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be. Look, if you don't like it, it's fine. Let kids have their own bad movies. Like, there's plenty of bad shit from our childhoods we all like.
Right. Yeah. And
like all y'all acting like this is an affront to cinema. Like, relax. Like, oh, kids deserve good movies. I'm like, kids did get good movies. Like, they got Transformers 1. They got The Wild Robot. They got Dog Man. Y'all motherfuckers didn't show up for that. So, I mean...
Right. And for what this is high, like, this should be considered high cinema for IP appropriation, right? For like something that totally seemed like a cash grab. People cared when they made this.
Yeah.
And it shows. It 100% shows.
Right? I'll say this. In addition to critics, I don't know what audiences want, because this has a B cinema score.
You can't make people happy anymore.
I'm saying, man, because like everything has gotten a B or B plus except for Dogman, and there's one other movie this year that got an A. I can't. Oh, Paddington in Peru. Those are the only two movies that got A cinema scores.
Right. Yeah. This is a Jack Black movie, like Jack Black, Jared Hess movie starring Jason Momoa
and Danielle Brooks, also doing deadpan humor.
Right. Like, this wins. This is a winner. I don't know. I wanted to not like this movie. right? So that should tell you something. I was acting like this is going to be a piece of shit, right? I walked in totally like ready for the worst, and I walked out with a smile on my fucking face from ear to ear. It's been how long since we saw this? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I'm still laughing at some of this shit. What more do you want?
All right. Well, Jeff, what do you want to do next?
So let's
You want to do heavy, or you want to do end heavy, or end on a lighter note?
I guess we have, let's just do drop.
All right, so I guess we're ending heavy. Drop. Look, I'm not mad at this. Like, women need their thrillers too. This is the type of movie Ashley Judd would have made, except it would have been 3 steps down from what this is.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It was surprisingly inventive because it's in the line of movies like Nick of Time, Phone Booth. What's another one where I'll even give you Eagle Eye.
Double Jeopardy.
Double Jeopardy, right? It's in the line of those where someone is being controlled by another person on the other end of the phone, and they have to kill somebody even though they're not an assassin.
And this deals with domestic violence.
Right. Yeah, it was surprisingly inventive. The whole entire drop concept in the trailer looked stupid, but it kind of works here. When it started to become a basic cable action movie at the end, that's where it lost me, right? It lost me when explosions happen, right?
See, that didn't bother me because the whole fucking shit was over the top. Like, it was over the top from top to bottom, honestly. Like, from the opening Hitchcock credits, I was like, oh, y'all aping Alfred Hitchcock with these opening credits. I was like, all right, this is already steeped in melodrama.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to do Hitchcock, but no one can do Hitchcock, right? Like, no one, because you always have to end up in these movies with some whiz bang action bullshit that doesn't fit with the tone you've established throughout the whole entire movie.
I mean, it led up to that more naturally than most. Like I said, the whole thing was over the top in my eyes. Like, the director was doing so much stylized shit with the lights going down around people she was focusing on, the suspects, the lights going down when she was having mood changes or flashbacks to when her husband was beating her. So I was just like, all right, well, it is. Shout out to Megan Fahey though for playing a good person, because like the last time we saw her, it was White Lotus season 2, and terrible fucking person in that.
Yeah. So I mean, this is enjoyable enough, right? I can't tell anybody to go out to the theater and see this, right?
I mean, it ain't that bad.
Look, I mean, if there's anything else playing, you should watch the anything else. But when this appears on your streaming, check it out.
Another solid performance by Brandon Slecknar. He was in It Ends With Us, and it looks like he's gonna be in more. I was like, all right, Pretty White Boys are back.
Yeah, good for them. It's been too long. They've had a rough road for them.
Let's not say that. Let's not say that, because like we can always do without an era of Pretty White Boys. Like,
I was saying this the other day. You know what I miss? Pretty White Boys.
I only miss Pretty White Boys in one context. That's me on one end of the whip. This grass ain't gonna mow itself, boy.
Yeah, I truly did enjoy the relationship building between the two leads. Like, I actually was more invested in them getting together and getting to know each other than in a lot of these movies.
I thought I had it figured out, man.
Yeah,
because from the trailers,
you thought it was
I was just like, oh, okay, I think I know who is going to be, and then I was just like, oh, well, all right,
yeah, we could talk about that offline. We don't want to ruin anything for anybody.
Let's say it now, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoiler,
spoiler,
spoiler, spoiler.
spoiler. I did not think it was going to be Blind Date Dude.
Oh yeah, that because the trailer, I was just like, as many times I watched it, I was like, okay, maybe it is him. But then there's now I've seen the movie. There's a reason for his absence in a crucial moment.
Right, like I thought it was totally gonna be the waitress.
Yeah,
right, the bartender.
Yeah,
I thought it was totally gonna be the bartender all the way through. It was like she has access to everybody. She's got that 360 view of everybody, and she's a little too always there. Right.
All right. Well, now that we're out with spoiler territory, before we log off, we should probably give a plot synopsis for this real quick because I was like, oh shit.
I mean, I kind of did. Like, fucking.
So she's a domestic violence survivor
and counselor.
And she's going on a blind first date with one of her matches off of dating app. They don't specify which dating app, and it's Brandon Slecknar. Her sister's babysitting her kid, and she starts getting airdrops, iPhone airdrops. And I was like, this is why a nigga like me don't have that white girl phone. All I know, only people I know who have iPhones are hype beasts and white girls.
Wait, I have an iPhone. I'm not a hype beast. I don't even know what a hype beast is.
Yeah, you in the hype beast category.
I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that shit up. I'm old. And I like all my shit to work together without me having to do any work.
Yeah. Shout out. I was not expecting to see Violet Bean up in this joint. She looks much older than what she did when she was in The Flash. Because she was in The Flash as Jessie Quick. Because I forgot The Flash had like 4 speedsters at once. So I was like, damn, my man's got a whole team. But then again, like, yo, listen, that's something that DC needs. If they want to make money, they got to start exploiting that. Like, if you're gonna have, like, if we're gonna do Superman, have his sidekicks be in this motherfucker. If we gotta have Batman, have the Bat family in it. If we're gonna do the Flash over, have the Flash family. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get into the sidekicks, baby.
Look, based on that CinemaCon footage, I think all of these we're going to get real comic booky. So I do not doubt that.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna work out real hard so that way I can be John Henry Irons. I want to take off that helmet. I'm like, Steel's here to save the day, and I destroy the kryptonite.
Yeah, let's do it.
But I gotta have the cape. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the Shaquille O'Neal bullshit. Like, I also have to have the S on my chest and the cape.
Right.
Let me be John Henry Irons. Yo, imagine if I got cast as John Henry Irons, niggas would be mad. They're like, you found the most light-skinned nigga to be John Henry Irons. Because they pissed off Aaron Pierre is Jon Stewart. So imagine if they cast me as John Henry Irons. DC should do that. Just
at least
cast
black,
all,
man.
Just cast all light-skinned niggas as your favorite DC hero. Like, maybe I should be Static Shock. Static has dreads now. I have dreads. Yeah. Cast all light nigga. Let's get Black Lightning. Have him be light-skinned nigga.
Oh, all
Let's
right.
cast. That's what DC. Yo, James Gunn, get at me. We casting all light-skinned niggas.
Just fucking nothing but fucking red bone motherfuckers just out here. All right.
We'll have our own branch of the Justice League. It'll be called the Light Skin League.
the Light Brigade. The Light Brigade. We'll call it the Light Brigade.
We'll have Terrence Howard as we'll have
all the mains.
He'll be Aquaman. We'll have him as Signal. Because I forgot, Lucius Fox's son becomes the Signal, that's the Batman that operates during the day.
But no, it's gotta be a character with man at the end. Otherwise the joke doesn't work.
He'll be like,
Signal Main.
No, he could be like, "Who are you? I'm Batman.
Batman,
I'm Batman."
you Superman, man.
I'm the Man of Steel, man.
Man, I'm the man of the future, man.
Oh yeah. Yo, listen, James Gunn, get at me. Like we're doing light skinned niggas as all your favorite black heroes now.
Fucking Sterling K. Brown is gonna be pissed. That nigga coming out of the shadows.
I love starting culture wars for no reason. I set the house on fire and just sit down and watch it burn.
Well, there we go. Well, that's your review of Drop, man.
Oh shit!
All right. So what's?
Oh, I'm drunk as shit.
Europe.
Oh,
That's fine.
This is what happens when we gotta record on the weekends, baby. We don't get no downtime to ourselves.
Oh shit! All right, so that's Drop. What else we got?
We got one more movie, Warfare.
Wait, we gotta do the Amateur too, right?
Yeah, we'll end on the Amateur. Let's
Okay,
do
we
Warfare,
got
bro.
yeah.
I want to get this heavy shit off my chest. Fucking
Yeah.
goddamn movie made entirely from memory of Ray Mendoza and those he served with. And just like the people on screen, I wanted this to be over because goddamn, it makes you feel you're right there with them and you're just like, please get me the fuck out of here.
So, listen to the latter part of this episode, and we have an interview from an Iraq War veteran that A24 set up for us. But I mentioned this to him, like this is not a movie, this is an experience, right? Like this is it 100% an experience, and from go, my asshole was clenched, right? Throughout.
It was for me when you see the grenade go through the wall and they just yell grenade. It is relentless from that moment on, and like as soon as that shit went through the wall, the entire theater went. I was like, oh shit,
because it's such like even though it's short, it's such a slow burn for that first 15 minutes, right? Because you're just watching motherfuckers, right? You're watching the soldiers, and the soldiers are watching the people on the street.
But the tension's there.
The tension's there, right?
The tension is there because the people somehow automatically their cover's blown because they know they're there. Like you just see motherfuckers just gathering on the house across the street. And I was like, there's too many people there for them to be like, oh yeah, nothing's going on.
Right. And the thing about this is there's no score. There's no every sound you hear is the sounds that you would hear if you were there. And so you start noticing when there's no sound, right? You like when you don't hear the people on the street, like the hairs on your arm start coming up, is like it is too fucking quiet.
Right, because the only pieces of music are the Eric Pride's banger. I remember that song, Call on Me, at the beginning. Right. Damn, I wish that's how every movie opened up. I was like, this is a fucking
with a dance party?
Hell yeah. And then and then at the very end, over the credits, they play Lowe's Dancing in Blood. Pretty haunting ass song. Yeah. I don't know how you call this A24's Call of Duty when half the movie one of these guys gets their legs blown off. So then from that moment on, all you hear is him screaming. So I don't know how you figure this is a piece of propaganda when there's somebody on the floor screaming their fucking head off the entire fucking movie. And I was like, I understand. Like, I know somebody behind, like, I remember hearing somebody behind me go, I wish he would stop screaming. I'm like, bitch, this is how it would be in real life.
Like, they wish he would stop screaming too.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, like, this makes me appreciate people in like the military even more than I already did, because that is a horrible situation to be in.
Right. Like, I don't know how you call this propaganda. They don't even tell you what their purpose of the mission was.
Right. Exactly. And it's how can it be propaganda when all of this seems horrible?
Right.
This
Right.
seems
This is
like the worst situation to be in.
none of this is cool. Like, there's
Right.
Hollywood violence and there's real life violence. And like, Hollywood violence is beautiful, elegant, and makes you
Slow-mo.
get you
Right.
like pumped up for either like thrills or to cheer or to be like, oh, that's cool. This is real life violence where it's horrific in
Yeah.
every sense possible.
All right. So let's talk about dumbass motherfuckers in movie theaters, right? All right. So since you brought that up, I'm gonna bring this up, right? So when the IED went off, you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I fucking jumped,
Yeah. So did I.
right? And the guy next to me, he starts laughing to the chick he was with. "Look, I've never seen someone jump at a fucking explosion before." It was like you bumble butt goofy looking motherfucker, right? We are watching this on the biggest screen available with 100 speakers, and that came out of nowhere. Of course, I fucking jumped.
Where'd you see this at?
The Chamonix.
Okay, yeah. Well, I saw this at Lincoln Square, the 8-story IMAX.
I can only imagine what that's. I didn't want to like.
It was
glad I
loud
couldn't
as
make it.
fuck, man. It was just
Yeah.
loud as fuck. This is one of the loudest fucking movies. So like, to that asshole, I would have leaned over to him and been like, "You can suck a dick."
Right. And like I followed after the movie. I followed him out. Apparently that was a Tinder date because she didn't follow him, right? And I could see why, because this fucking lumbering big ass, like I have a big ass. This motherfucker looked like he was genetically engineered to have a big ass. He looked like a shaved Sasquatch. So fuck you, dude. I had to get that out of the way. So
Well, it wasn't a cakewalk for me either because A24 mixed us in with Gen Pop, and most of the people who were invited to this were friends of the studio and rich people. So
Okay.
we started to form the line. This old couple tried jumping line. I was like, "Hey, there's a line." She's like, "There's plenty. There's plenty of seats here. Don't worry, you're gonna get your seat." And the people in front of me even stood up for them. Like, "Yeah, there's plenty of seats, dude." I'm like, doesn't matter. There's a line.
First.
Right.
Right. If there's plenty of seats, well then you can
Go
get back
stand
in
in
line.
fucking line. Yeah.
Right. Like by your own rich people logic, right? You should get back in the line.
And then what made it worse is those two fucks in front of me. So we were sitting a little close to the center, but off center. Like we weren't on the aisle, but we were more towards the middle, like middle right. These assholes, because they weren't specifically in the middle, they were just like, "You guys gonna move down?" I was just like, "No, we're gonna sit in our assigned fucking seats." Because it was me and two other dudes who were sitting right next to me. We're like, "No, we're gonna sit in our fucking assigned seats." They're like, "All right, well, we're gonna move down." And because they did it, everybody started doing it, and nobody was sitting in their right seat. So even like 15 minutes into the movie, you had people arguing over their seats because people refused to move from the seat they weren't sitting in. And I feel bad because I saw on Reddit some of these people actually paid for their tickets and weren't invited for guests.
Oh wait, so this was they paid to show up for this?
Some people, like it was Gen Pop and press and friends of the studio.
Yeah, no. If I had paid for something, like I'm getting my fucking seat.
Yeah, man. I paid for that motherfucker, and it's not like that IMAX is cheap. That shit is $26.
Yeah, so you can suck a whole dick.
Yeah, dog. And the Q&A afterwards, somebody asked one of the stupidest fucking questions ever, and the whole theater started laughing. And Ray Mendoza was just like, "Damn, man, I feel like I should have smoked a joint for that question."
What was the question?
Do you think wars can be fought without humans, and how would we look at wars fought without humans? And the only person who took that question seriously was Alex Garland. Alex Garland's like, "I really like that question." I'm like, "Yeah, of course you would like the dumbest fucking question of the night." After that question, I was like, "Yo, I'm out of here." Like, I got out of there. Guess who was at the screening though?
Who?
Oscar Isaac showed up.
Hey.
And I was just like, "Oh, he got Jaden Martell climbed over me."
Oh shit! All right.
And I saw Stabler go up, aka Christopher Maloney.
Yo,
I saw
man.
him walk right past me, climbing up, looking for his seat.
Yo, all right. I'm mad I couldn't make it to that screening.
Nah, bro, I'm not doing another one of these because we got invited to one of these for Civil War, and I'm like, oh well, I'm glad I missed that because if it was like anything like that screening, I was like, fuck, yo, Fonz PR, can we just get press screenings, man? Like there was a press screening I saw everybody went to at Dolby 88. Like, don't get me wrong, I
Right.
love going to the 8-story IMAX, but this is why I prefer just going to regular press screenings instead of these big events.
Yeah, 100%, because I I'm there to report. We're there to report on the movie
And be professional.
and be professional. When our experience is bad, best believe it's gonna kind of bleed in to how we report it,
Yeah.
right? Like, because we've said this before, movies are experiential, right? Half the movies that I love aren't based on the quality of the movies, is based on the experience that was surrounding it.
Also, Ryan, what we do to you, baby? Like, why do you hate us so much?
I don't know, man. I don't even look. It feels like we're complaining, and we are, but the movie is great.
Yes,
Uh,
but the discourse is disgusting.
right.
Like I was just like, media literacy has just completely gone down the fucking toilet. Like all you Gen Z and Gen Alpha motherfuckers, like y'all don't. If what you get out of this is propaganda, I beg of you stop talking about movies.
Right, and like how, like with that ending, how was it propaganda? Right.
Right.
It's just, I don't want to spoil the end of it, but it is so not your Hollywood, like, we did it ending.
Right, man. I
Right.
mean, I understand even the family. Like the family the entire time was pissed, and I was like, "Yo, I get it. Like I get it.
Right.
You like
Like, you had these motherfuckers come in the middle of the night and pretty much hold you hostage, right?
in your
While
own home."
in your own home. There is nothing that says that this is this is a good thing to be, a good thing to do.
That's probably how they got found out too, because they fucking decide to take down a brick wall in the middle of the night, like nobody's gonna
Right?
hear it.
Like, no one's gonna hear it.
And then like
Right.
there's a part of the movie there's like there's a piece of equipment left out there, and it was the fucking sledgehammer. I'd be like, yo, leave the fucking sledgehammer. Y'all are
But
not leaving a $10,000 rifle.
but like, all right, so like, stay tuned at the end of this episode. We have this interview, but the soldier I talked to explained all that shit, right? Like, the sledgehammer that is sort of like an appendage, right? Like, every piece of thing is, for some reason, like, it's life or death. And I didn't even like think about that, because when we watch a Hollywood movie, like a war movie, it's like, all right, fucking drop out of ammo, drop the gun, right? It's like, no, everything has to go.
Well, yeah, because you don't want the enemy to have it.
Right. But you don't think of that kind of thing.
But that's why that's why Working Man pisses me off, because my man's leaves the Bluetooth rifle right there for some person to come get, but also now that's going to be in the hands of the police.
Right, the corrupt police department. Yeah. Yeah. So I do like, just for anyone who wants to see this movie, see it in a theater.
Yeah, see it in IMAX, baby.
See it in IMAX or see it in Dolby. See it as big as you can. This is not propaganda. This, if anything, it's it's anti-war propaganda.
Honestly, this is a horror movie. This is the closest. This is probably the best horror movie you're gonna see, because, like I said, it is a 90-minute battle, and like all the people there, you literally like. I'm like, yo, please get me the fuck out of here. I want this to be over, and I mean that as a compliment, because this movie did its job.
100%.
And this is based off a war none of us liked and none of us wanted to be part of. I vividly still remember the Iraq War, and nobody liked it. It was only greenlit because we were attacked. And this was the Iraq War was just the product of his dad's war and his dad failing to secure the oil.
Right. It was like, and it's it's a much more complicated thing that we can get into. But yeah, like this was not a righteous war.
Yeah, this was a generational one between
Right.
a father and a son. That's it.
Right. This was not a righteous war, and I love the fact that there's no politics in this.
Oh no, because
There's
you could clearly tell he just wanted to make this movie to honor his fellow
soldiers.
teammates.
Yeah.
Whole platoon.
There's no politics in this whole entire fucking thing. It is just operational.
Yes.
Right? It is skilled motherfuckers doing a job and shit goes sideways.
Yep.
And let me tell you that that show of force shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
we do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. That's fucked up. I'm gonna be real. That's fucked up.
It's like we do, like, all right, if anything's propaganda, it's that, because it's like, all right, that's kind of fucking badass.
No, that's fucked up, bro.
It's
An
like,
intimidation tactic like that. I'm like,
yo,
at
like,
that point,
look.
you might as well just send that shit in to fire missiles. Like, there's one part where they literally have the tanks like decimate houses on the street, and I'm just like, that did nothing. That did literally nothing.
It was cover fire, and like all it did, like just to distract the quote unquote bad guys enough so they could get to the transports. I don't want to talk anymore about this because I don't want to ruin the experience for people.
End credits. I'm gonna be real. The first part of the end credits where they show the real life shit, I was like, this is chilling, and it's chilling because most of them are redacted. Probably because they're either still active or they work for private security.
Yeah.
Or they work for some private military type shit.
Yeah. So there's only like they show the actors along with their real life counterparts. We only see 3 of their actual faces. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you've done some shit or you are doing some shit.
Yeah.
Currently. Yeah. Warfare. It is the most accurate depiction of
warfare
that has ever been put on film.
Yeah, man, really don't go into this thinking like, yeah, ooh rah, like this is not American Sniper, baby. This is
this is like maybe we should use our words.
Yeah,
maybe diplomatic.
Yeah, man.
Fucking solutions are the best, because then if they don't, then you put people through these horrible fucking experiences.
Also hate how people are like, there was no character development for any of these people. I was like, I don't think so. There was plenty. Goddamn.
You knew who everybody fucking was.
We have to spoon feed everybody, bro.
Like I don't need to have a whole entire backstory for each and every one of them. Their interactions with each other told you everything you needed to know about these characters.
Also, they're fucking kids, man.
Right? We start the fucking movie with a dance party. Right? Like these are fucking children that you are sending out into the world to die. Fucking propaganda. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, also, would a propagandic movie have one of them fake being a general so they could get the fuck out of there?
Right, because of the chain of command shit. Like we're giving too much shit away. This is a great movie. It really is. For what they were trying to accomplish, they accomplished it.
Jeff, you know what my other favorite part is? That had the entire theater laughing at me.
What, with the piss in the bottle?
No,
what was it?
Weak.
It was like he went by, like I couldn't get him. I was like weak.
Yeah,
weak. Right. That's
two people said that shit to him too. Just weak.
Right. But that's some shit you say your fucking best friend. Right. Like that shit right there. That is character development. Like, all you need to know, because that is some shit you say to a friend.
Also, take it like this, y'all. I hated Civil War. I love this. So think about that. Like, I'm probably going to buy this.
Yeah, I mean, see it as big as you can and as loud as you can, but I can't say enough about how great an experience this is. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying, but this is cinema. This is if you're gonna do something, right? Go all in. and this movie is going all in.
If this is Alex Garland's final movie, he's going out strong, man.
Yeah,
And I really hope this kicks off Ray Mendoza's career.
Yeah, they'll be talking about this in film schools, but they will also be talking about this movie in military training.
Not positively though.
Yeah, right. Like they're talking about this being propaganda. I bet there's going to be a sharp decline in fucking enlistment.
Yeah.
Once motherfuckers start seeing what the real shit's like.
Yeah, because if I watched this movie right before I shipped off, I'd be like, let me spend time in the brig. Like, you know what? I'm gonna what's that called? Defect?
AWOL.
Yeah, I'm gonna go AWOL. Y'all just throw me in jail, bro. I'll spend some time in jail. Yeah. Like if I watch this movie, I'd be like, no, thank you. Because even the dudes who have the huge, big machine guns who lay down cover fire, even they look terrified. I'm like, yo, if those motherfuckers have the most powerful weapons possible known to man, and they're scared, like, I'm good.
Right. Yeah.
Even a fucking tank gets taken out.
Yeah. Like, go watch the movie. It came out. It's out this weekend. Listen to our interview after this, after our review. But fucking warfare, man.
Yeah, fuck you. A24's Call of Duty. Fuck you.
Get the fuck out of here with that. Like that diminishes everything that those people endured. That diminishes everything A24 and Alex Garland and Ray Mendoza were trying to do.
Yes.
Right? That is an insult.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself. Boom. There you go.
All right. So let's end. What are we ending on?
The Amateur.
All right. Yeah, I've seen this twice, man. Like I got to see a sneak preview of it. Went to our press screening of it. This is the rare spy thriller we don't get anymore. This is another one where critics are like, man, like this is not good. And I'm like, I
don't understand how you don't enjoy this movie. This is the first time I've actually liked Rami Malek.
Like, and you know what, man? Like, I saw somebody say he has a IQ of 170, but he doesn't act like it. I'm like, how do you want him to act? The movie goes out of its way the entire runtime to be like, this nerdy fuck is taking out people, and even it's called The Amateur, not The Professional.
Right.
Like if you want to watch The Professional,
go watch The Professional.
Right, and you'll see why he's a professional.
I don't know what people want anymore, and I guess that's why the Hollywood system is crumbling, because Hollywood doesn't know what people want anymore. Because 10 years ago, this movie, people would be standing in line to go see this movie, right? Because it's smart but not insulting, right? It is it's got action in it, but it's not action packed, right? It is a mid-budget thriller on a personal level that everybody can sort of relate to, right? If you had the skills, right, to avenge the person that you love, how far would you go, right? There have been plenty of movies with that conceit, with that main idea, and this is one of the better ones to come out recently.
What I really like too is this shows the collateral damage of revenge. Like no, the people get hurt, man, and it's people that he likes get hurt for his revenge.
Right, you know,
like it's not like the movie portrays him as being innocent. Like you still root for him, but you understand. Like even he realizes, like, fuck, this person got hurt.
Right, and also like, well, I mean, this person didn't technically pull the trigger, but they knew the dude.
Oh
You knew
yeah.
the dude.
I mean, the
So
one,
you
the
gotta
one,
go.
the one, the one dude, the one of the biggest, because the trailer gives away a couple of big moments that I was just like, I get it, you have to sell the movie,
Right.
but also this would have been cool to see him clean. Is like the pool scene where that dude just was like, you got the wrong person. I'm like, what an asshole! What an
Right.
asshole! Like you know exactly what he's talking about. You could at least acknowledge him.
Right.
Like at
It's like
least the other people he was going after, they're just like, yeah, look, yeah, we did it. Okay, we did it.
right. Right. Like we were there, but that guy did it.
You're right.
You know?
That dude was a straight cocksucker. You got the wrong person. I'm like,
All right, well, we'll see.
he told him swim fast. I hope you can swim fast.
I and and it's that sort of that line and the thinking around it is part of the moral gray of this, because technically Rami Malek never kills anybody.
Yeah. He just lays traps.
Right.
He's like a CIA jigsaw.
Right, yeah. It's like,
Like, cause
okay.
he tells that dude, "I hope you can swim fast." Tells the
Right.
other dude,
It's like, if you duck behind this, you may survive.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, this is the first time I've liked Rami Malek, and Rami Malek's sort of borderline autistic presence works for the character, right?
I like that he's always we all think he's always a step like behind, but he's literally always one step ahead.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's shit where I was just like, oh, I love Lawrence Fishburne's character, but whenever he shows up, I'm like, no, Rami, go.
Right.
But like Rami, the way Rami gets away from him a couple of times, like the first time I saw it, that shit made me jump. I was like, yo, was not expecting that. Like that, it was so loud.
Right. But look, that was the point. It was supposed to be loud. And the thing is, like, Lawrence, you taught him how to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, he straight up says, he's like, yo, he learned everything I taught him. Like, you guys severely misjudged or underestimated this guy.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys severely misjudged this individual. He's like, yeah, no shit. And it's like, he learned what he needed to, like, he pretended to suck just so he could learn what he needed to learn and then get his revenge.
Yeah. So, and this is excellently shot, acted across the board. Well, my only two issues with this movie are you didn't need John Barenthal.
Yeah, he's only in 2 scenes.
He's only in 2 scenes, and it doesn't really do anything.
Nah.
For the movie. Look, every time John Barenthal shows up in anything, it's a good day.
But he was already. Here's my thing: when he shows up the second time, he's just basically playing an extension of Lawrence Fishburne's character at that point.
Right,
Where we're like, yeah,
much.
we know he knows all of this now.
Right. Yeah.
Like Lawrence Fishburne even said, he's like, bro, you done?
Right.
You
like,
done?
like,
and Johnny Bernthal shows up. He's like, yeah, dude. Like 3 people are dead. Like, you good now?
Right. Like when does this end? Right. So John Barenthal being in it doesn't take away from the movie, but it actually doesn't add anything.
Yeah.
Right. Like you could cut those 2 scenes out. The movie's exactly the same. Right?
Also, my thing is, and I agree with Millie, it didn't bother me the first time, but it definitely bothered me pacing wise the second time. They didn't need to show his wife so much.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mind it, and they probably had to put her in there because like she is second build.
And I get it. Like general audiences are now so fucking stupid, where you got to constantly like remind them, like, yeah, this is why this is happening.
Right. That didn't bother me. And the thing that did bother me is motherfuckers kept on giving him a gun and telling them to shoot them, right?
Because they knew he didn't have it in him.
Right? But it's like, all right, I get it the first time. The second time, the
last time, that was hard because I was just like...
It should have been like the first time, right, with Lawrence Fishburne, and it should have been like one more time, should have been the end with, I want to call him Corey Stahl, but it's like Michael Stahlberg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to say that is one of the most satisfying endings to a revenge film I've seen in a long time, because I was just like, okay, all right. I was like, this is different, and it's satisfying in a way where I was just like, okay, all right.
Because that's how a smart
clever.
man,
yeah.
That's how a smart dude fucking ends his reign of terror.
Right.
Right.
I was just like, yo, damn, even Man on Fire couldn't land its ending, and this one landed its ending.
Yeah, and I love Man on Fire. This is a well executed revenge thriller through and through. If we saw other movies in this world with Rami Malek, I would not be angry.
Yeah, I want a sequel with Rami and Lawrence doing a case together. But like that's the thing too, is I want to say to everybody, the trailer doesn't give everything away because there's something they deliberately cut out where I was just like, oh, they tell you early on in the film what's going on, and then that becomes also an impetus of why they're chasing this dude across
Right.
Europe. Where I was just like, I am glad y'all kept some shit hidden.
Yeah,
For once.
because I was wondering how that when they reveal that, like how's that going to play out through, like what are the consequences of that throughout the whole time.
Right, and you're thinking like the whole time he's going about it, I'm like, bro, you're going about it the wrong way. Like these motherfuckers are going to murk
annihilate.
you. Yeah,
like, right.
And then again, this is what I love about the movie. Like he thought about it. Yeah, like he has an
smart.
IQ of 170, baby. Cause like I don't know how y'all think he's dumb.
Yeah. So anyone who hates on this movie, I don't understand why. Right? It's an original property, well, original enough. It's based on some books, but it's no capes. It's no fucking capes.
Yo, and like this is the type of movie that would have been a big summer blockbuster like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
100%.
Like the type of mid-budget movie that would come out and just hold things along till the next big movie.
Honestly, like if this came out like 8-9 years ago, you would get a slew of movies just like this trying to ape it because this was so successful.
Yeah.
Like that's how everybody was trying to do Tarantino and everyone was trying to do The Matrix after The Matrix came out. Everyone will be trying to do these smart thrillers after The Amateur came out just because this is so good.
Yeah, this is what The Recruit wanted to be. Remember that movie sucked.
The Recruit, what was it? Fucking
Spy Game.
I actually enjoyed Spy Game, but yeah, this is a better Spy Game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got really nothing else to say. It's a fucking great. It's a great movie. You should go out and see it so we can get sequels. Like that's what we're gonna start saying from now on. Go see these movies in theaters so we can start getting sequels to them.
Somebody I respect who I never agree with anything on, Millie. I brought her as a guest, and even she was like, "Oh, that was fantastic." And she was really taken aback by how much this took its time in telling the story. Like she was like, it was a lot slower than I thought it was going to be. And I appreciate that because normally we get right to the revenge rather than build up to things.
Yeah. And like all the way through, like even the end of the movie, I'm not going to ruin it, but it kind of kept me on edge because it's like, are they going to blow up this plane? Right? Like, are they going to try to get him? Like, even after all this shit?
Hey, yo, shout out to Julianne Nicholson. Complete 360 from Paradise. Same role.
Right. Same, like, yeah.
Just different.
So, like, Bizarro Sinatra.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. All right. And also Holt, man. Holt just always playing a dude. You just like, yo, we got to uppercut you in your perfect jaw, your diamond cut jaw.
And like, I love Holt McNally in everything he's in, but like, whenever I see him show up, it's like, this is not gonna be good.
The only time
like, you're not a good guy.
Yeah, the only time I'm like, all right, we gotta protect Holt is Mindhunter.
Right.
That's it.
That's the only thing he's played where he's like, all right, yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna hand it over. Jeff did a interview with
Robert Kutruff, who is a filmmaker, but also he is a Army veteran who actually documented the capture, the search for Saddam Hussein. Right, so he was embedded, and he was a war correspondent and recorded thousands and thousands of hours of actual battle footage. And A24 set that up for us.
Well, here it is.
Hi, this is Jeff Stewart with the Film Blurs. I am joined here today by a very, very special guest, Robert Kutruff. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
It's Kutruff.
Kutruff, who is a filmmaker, but also a veteran who's got many, many accolades. I know I'm messing up all of your, messing up your intro. So why don't you just introduce yourself to the audience and tell us about your experiences?
Sure. Like I said, I'm Robert Kutruff. I served in the U.S. Army for 8 years. During that time, I served in Operation Iraqi Freedom in the very beginning of the war in 2003, 2004. I served as a broadcast journalist. I carried a 30-pound camera on my shoulder and my rifle under my left arm, and I was responsible for documenting the beginning of the war, as well as the hunt for Saddam Hussein. During that time, I experienced some horrors of combat and have been dealing with it ever since.
Well, I know you hear this all the time, but thank you for your service. Most of my family's military. My dad was Army, so I have a special place in my heart for anyone who serves. And we're here today to talk about the movie Warfare from A24, and I hesitate to call it a movie because it really is more of an experience.
True.
Yeah. So tell me your first visceral reaction to when you saw this movie.
My first visceral reaction was I was not expecting that because they put me right back in Iraq. The film, takes place in Ramadi. That's where I served. I spent 9 months in Tikrit and 9 months in Ramadi, and Ramadi is where I almost died and experienced an event very close to this one myself. And the depiction that they give in this film, it is as true to life as you could possibly get, in my opinion.
You're right. And when it comes to the Iraq War, we've had movies before. We've had Jarhead, we had Generation Kill, Hurt Locker, and everything like that. But like I said, this was an experience. The first thing I noticed throughout the whole entire thing is the silence. Right? That like there's no music throughout this whole entire film except for the opening scene, and the rest of it is just just the sounds of the town, or whatever like that. And as you're watching it, you kind of zone in, right? You hone in onto all of the absence of sounds, the sounds that are happening throughout the whole entire thing. You have this heightened sense of awareness. How did that come across to your experiences, right? Like, is it like that? Is it like as soon as your boots on the ground, everything is sort of heightened?
It is. It really is. That's a good catch, by the way, is like the lack of soundtrack, that they weighed heavily on just the diegetic sound in this film. And that really helps put you in there. It helps put you in the headspace. And that is what I experienced in Iraq. It sounds different than here because you in the background of your life, you can hear hustle and bustle and cars coming and going and someone playing music. Over there, we didn't hear that. You heard possibly a dog barking in the background, or you listened for footsteps. If a bomb went off, it was dead silent afterwards. In Hollywood, big war films, you hear bombs, but then you hear more shooting and then other bombs. Like, that's not really how it goes. When you hear a big boom, it's deafening quiet afterwards, mostly because your ears are in shock. But they did a great job with the audio.
So what came across really well in such a short period of time is the sense of camaraderie that the soldiers had. Can you talk to that? Well, your experiences with this intense bond that you create with these people.
Yeah, I can easily talk about that because it's true. We all wear the same uniform. We all share similar experiences, from signing the contract to going to basic training eating the same food, having the same haircut, hating our drill sergeants, and, pulling crap duty, through those struggles is where those bonds are built. And even if, my struggle was in a different basic training camp or at a different time, any other veteran, even if it was in a different spot, it was the same. So we instantly have that bond. And we all come from, in the military, we come from all walks of life. And all those, things that matter here in the regular world that, kind of separates us all, none of that matters in the military. We're all green. I'm the son of an immigrant, and there were people that I served with who weren't even citizens yet. They were just hoping to become citizens. There were people who were rich, people who were poor. None of that mattered, because all that mattered was like, you're going to have my back. And when I came home from the war, I had the privilege of meeting my grandfather's World War II buddies. My grandfather passed away back in the 1980s. So he never talked about the war. He fought in the Battle of the Bulge. Within 5 minutes of talking with these old World War II veterans, they were treating me like I was my grandfather. And they were telling stories that were different, but the same as my own stories. So that's where that bond comes from.
That's amazing. So, is there anything while you were watching this movie that you noticed that someone like me, or someone who didn't serve, wouldn't pick up? Right? Was there anything that like really stood out to you? Like, wow, they really got that right.
Yeah. Everything from like techniques for like how you care for someone who's wounded, dead on accurate. Even down to like the plastic water bottles that they had, they were drinking out of. They didn't just get generic water bottles. They had the water bottles that I drank out of in Iraq, down to the exact labels. And my mind was blown. Everything from the communications, when they're talking on the radio, they did their homework, and got the actors to really learn what they were saying. They weren't just reading words off of a script. They understood what they were doing.
Wow, that's great. Like, and I like the things like show of force. I've never even heard of that. Where the low flying jet. That was mind blowing to me, and the fact that you're so careful with your gear. Never like in war movies, it's like, all right, well, you lost a gun or leave your pack or whatever like that. You are responsible for, like, you don't leave a room without your stuff.
Yeah, it's your safety blanket. It is your lifeline. It is your right arm. Your rifle is your right arm, and it's not easy to replace. And also, if you leave that behind and the enemy gets a hold of your rifle, how are you going to feel if your rifle kills one of your brothers and sisters down the road? So we don't take that lightly. That's for sure. And show of force, wow, that was I was not ready for that. I've never seen that in a movie, and I was like, wow, they actually showed it. Because yeah, we had jets that would do low flyovers, and it puts the fear of God in everyone, including yourself, because you think you're ready for it, but it is a thunder you can't even begin to understand.
So we're almost time for us to wrap up. Thank you for your time. Is there anything else you want to talk to us about? Uh, Tell us about your work. I know you have a film coming out soon, right? Do you have a short film or a
Yeah,
feature?
short film. I'm in film school at Cal State Northridge, and just directed my first short film. It's called Snafu, Situation Normal, All Fucked Up. It is about an Iraq War veteran and how she dealt with the years after the war, the struggles that she went through, which led to alcoholism, homelessness, and it's really about her recovery from her own traumas in the war.
Is there any, where can I see this? I'd like to, talk about it on our show.
It's not going to come out probably until 2026.
Hmm.
It'll first be shown at the Sam Goldwyn Theater here in LA. We do a big premiere, and then it'll make the festival circuit after that.
All right. Well, please keep me updated because I want to support. All right.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for your service. The insight into this war experience, right? Because like I said, I hesitate to call it a movie. This war experience, which is going to go down in history as possibly one of the most accurate and possibly best depictions of battle we've ever seen. So, Robert, thank you for your time. Good luck with the short film. Good luck with everything else. Happy graduation.
I appreciate it.
All right, and we'll talk soon.
All right.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFire XL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.